Hey guys, Sara Oehler and
Kristen Fagan.
here. We are the authors of Bead Revolution. It's a brand new book, just came out. You can get it from softflexcompany.com. I believe it's right on the homepage, right, Kristen?
It is, yeah.
So you just click right on the homepage. It takes you to where you can purchase it. It just came out. The pre-orders shipped last week, but now it's available for purchase and in stock. So if you go and place your order, Softflex usually ships within the first 24 hours. On a regular business day. So you're going to get it really quickly at this point. So we just wanted to take the opportunity we have. We're both here in Arizona. I just moved to the Bay Area, so I'm back doing some moving things this weekend. Kristen lives here in Mesa.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to take this opportunity to talk about the book a little bit with you guys and show you some designs from the book. And then we're going to go have dinner and celebrate because we're pretty excited. We're going to do it Nilay Patel style and have some champagne, but after the show. He likes to do it during, yeah. So, hey Lydia, hey Holly. Oh, Holly's patiently waiting. Oh, good. It should be there soon, Holly.
I actually got one today in the mail, which I was surprised that
from Amazon or from Softflex?
From Softflex.
Oh, cool.
So it came out, and I was surprised
quickly
to get regular mail, but I got it today. It was really strange. So any day now, Holly.
Yeah. A lot of people have already been getting them, and I really appreciate those who have sent me private messages and emails and even public messages on our Facebook page to say what they think about it. If you get a chance, we would love some Amazon reviews. That helps people just to sort out if it's a good book or not, if they aren't familiar with us. So if you get a chance, you have the book, you like it, please do go to Amazon and review it. That would really help us out. Oh, good, Christina. I'm glad you love it. That makes me really happy. So to get us underway, we're going to talk a little bit about why we decided to do this book. I did a book 5 years ago. It was called Show Your Colors, and I did it with Kalmbach Publishing and my good friend Jamie Hogsett. And it was a really fun experience, but I didn't particularly love the back end of it because I didn't get to interact with the actual designers that created the book itself. I just got to tweak a few things on the back end. And so I kind of sat with that for about 5 years. And earlier this year, I came to Kristen, who's been our wonderful graphic designer for Softflex for
15 years.
15 years, yeah. So we've worked together for a long time. We work together really well, most of the time. we have our moments, but we do. We work together really well, and I couldn't imagine work without her. And I think she's a beautiful designer. So she has a background in art. Where is your degree from?
The Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City.
Right.
I have a degree there in visual communications, graphic design. And so ever since I graduated there, I've been doing graphic work, and I've been with Softflex Company, like I said, for 15 years working on I started in their print, I did their packaging, and now I mostly do their online web and emails. And
so she also, in her personal life, does a great deal of art, like painting and creating. And you can find out more about Kristen, and your website is
KristenFagan.com. That's Kristen, F as in Frank, AGAN.
So I approached Kristen earlier this year because I had an epiphany after talking to my good friend Nilay Patel, who was self-publishing through CreateSpace with Amazon, and he was telling me about what a great experience it was. And he's a graphic designer and a jewelry designer, so he could do the whole thing. And I thought, well, I can't do the graphic design portion of the book. That's just not happening with my schedule and my time, and I'm not able to do that. So I approached Kristen and asked her what she thought about helping me create this book that I had in my mind about using all these innovative, cool seed beads like super duos and super unos and tilas, but with soft flex. So making some still complicated designs, but complicated in a different way than most people are used to, because it's not just straight bead weaving. There's a lot more stringing and crimping and things, you know, a type of design that most people wouldn't just think of on their own, but fits like a whole genre of people, beginners all the way to advanced, because even advanced beaders like a project that you can do in one sitting sometimes.
Yeah. I would say almost all of them are within an hour or so.
Yeah.
Would you think? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And I'll try not to. I am so used to being in videos by myself. I'm sure I'm going to monopolize like all of the talking. So I'm going to try to let Kristen talk too.
Well, this was an interesting project for me. You know, I worked, like you said, we worked together for a really long time. So when you approached me with this book, I thought, well, sure, that sounds like so much fun. And even though I'm a graphic designer and a painter, obviously I've dabbled with jewelry forever. Even before working with Softflex Company, I worked as a graphic designer for another local mom and pop bead store in Scottsdale, Tempe, Arizona. And so I started my love of jewelry there. I did their catalog, and I was there for a couple of years before I started over with Softflex. So I've dabbled with jewelry the entire time, and I thought, well, how fun to really put something together that's more substantial and can, you know, I don't work with seed beads very often, and to be able to play with something entirely new and combine that with Softflex, which I've used forever, I hope the designs that came about will be really wonderful for someone who maybe is a little more of a beginner when they look at seed beads. What my favorite thing about it is that all the designs, even though they look a little more intricate, are so super quick to put together and are more along the lines of stringing than they are bead weaving, although they have a feeling of bead weaving in there. So I think that's really fun.
Yeah. And then, I mean, obviously we're soft flexers, so any opportunity we get to use soft flex in new and unusual ways, I think we're both ready to jump on that bandwagon. There's so many different colors, so it pairs so nicely with the variety of seed beads that are out there. So we wanted to show you a few of the projects quickly, and then we are off to celebrate. So thanks for joining us.
Yes.
We're just so proud of this book, and for everybody that's already purchased it, we really, really appreciate it.
We do.
From the bottom of our hearts.
This was a lot, it was a great experience, but it was a lot of work. And it was
a lot of work.
It was a lot of fun.
And we did it on our own time. It wasn't part of our work life at Softflex. So both of us stayed up late. We both had kids, which you'll see in the book. There's pictures. But we both have kids. I moved to California unexpectedly. So it really was a labor of love to make this happen this particular year in our lives. But I'm so glad that we did. So let's look at some of the jewelry. I'm going to show you a quick snapshot of some of the projects that are inside, and then we have the actual jewelry here to kind of give you an idea of what that looks like. So one of the really fun things about the book,
and it will be backward. It will be backwards.
Right, so yes, because of the way the camera is. One of the fun things about the book is that we used fabrics from my wedding. I had picked up all these really amazing Amy Butler fabrics for my wedding tables years ago. I got married 6 years ago, and I held on to them because I planned to make a love quilt someday. So we got all of those out, and we got her permission to use them as our backgrounds on our pages, and they just turned out so beautiful. So I was really excited about that because it's like a little bit of my wedding is in this book, which is really neat for me. But let's look at some of the jewelry. We start off right at the top with the cover project. This is done by Kristen. It's called Aloe Vera. All of our names are based off of desert plants since we both lived in the desert while we were writing this book. And so we thought that was like a nice nod to our location.
What a nice little love letter to the desert you're no longer in, right?
I know.
You were here for a long time, so
20 years, yeah. 20 years, but I loved this design. The very first time I saw it, we would have coffee meetings and just to look at each other's designs and see if we felt like we were on the right track. And I just fell in love with this design. I was really excited when all of you here on Facebook and through our email program chose this as our cover design, because I think it really encapsulates the really neat stuff that you can do with seed beads, even though you're not using a whole lot of them, and it's not like a really difficult technique.
Yeah. And this, I think, was one of my first ones I did. I love tassels and feathers, and that was basically where I took the inspiration from to make that.
So we decided to do partners for everything. So you'll find in the book that there is a main project, and then there's always like a partner project. So it'll be like a necklace and a bracelet, or a necklace and earrings. I find I usually wear things in pairs, like a bracelet and earrings, or a necklace and earrings, or a necklace and bracelet. So that's why we did that. We figured that it was nice for you to have a set that you could work with. And we did color alternatives for everything too, and I apologize, I don't have the color alternatives with me. They're in California, but you'll see on almost every project there's another option for colors that you can make that same design in. So the next project, I don't think, we have the color alternative for this one. This was one of my projects, and I used one of those Gardan beads enamel pieces, and then she sent me a different one to make my alternative that is a little bit more abstract. The one that I used for my original project had some really beautiful hot air balloons on it. This one was a little more abstract, and then I used Jesse James beads and some crystals to fill up the back end, interweaving some of those fun Tila beads. So that is a fun guy. And do I have earrings here?
No, we have a bracelet.
Oh, it's a bracelet that matches it. So, and then just a nice simple bracelet to go with it as well. So that's pretty neat. Are there any like specific designs, Kristen, that you just really want to show them from the book?
Well, there's been a couple I've been wearing. So I'm wearing this one today. This one's one of Sara's designs. Let me see if I can...
The light isn't great here because we are in a hotel room. We're at the Phoenician, which is a really lovely resort in Phoenix. Unfortunately, they're remodeling, so I'm not like really happy here right now. I'm doing my best. Yeah.
So this, this is one of Sara's designs in the book, and this uses one of my favorite techniques of yours that you do is the is using the crimps and the soft flex wire to make connectors, and you did that with the super duos in this particular one. And I think are they both Green Girl?
They are.
So there's this one that I'm wearing is the pink version. That's the alternative color. And then if you want to show them the main color.
Where is that one?
This one.
I felt like it was towards the beginning.
And these are the earrings that go with it too, which I think are really
I really
fun.
love being able to use the soft flex to create connectors and make a chain. That's like one of my favorite. Here it is in the turquoise version with the cute little Green Girl Studios mermaid at the bottom. I love to be able to make my own chain. I think that's really fun. It's nice to be able to use connectors. I used vintage connectors or jump rings.
For the round one?
For the round, the jump ring in there. So
very nice.
That was nice too.
And all the seed beads are from?
Fusion Beads.
Fusion, yeah.
Yeah, Fusion Beads was our fantastic supplier of all the seed beads. Every seed bead used in the book you can order from them at www.fusionbeads.com. And then we also used a lot of materials from Jesse James Beads.
Yes.
And they were one of our sponsors, and you can find them at jessejamesbeads.com. JessieJamesBeads.com.
I believe so, yeah.
I guess I can look for
We
sure.
can look. Cause it's
So before I look, this is one of my favorite projects that Kristen created. I love it. So we got to look at this one for sure, Kristen.
I wore this bracelet last night, actually.
Look at this cool, you guys, it's like a magic carpet.
Yeah, let me get this.
Look at how cool this is. Those are tilas woven with soft flex in our antique brass.
They remind me of like a little Persian rug.
They're so
as the
pretty.
necklace.
It is JessieJamesBeads.com. They're on our sponsor page at the back, resource page. So those were our 3 sponsors: Fusion Beads, Jessie James Beads, and then of course Softflex Company. But we used other resources which are listed in the back of the book as well. Oh, and Gardan's here. Hi. Is it Gardan or am I supposed to say garden? I'm still not quite clear. Why, Melanie? I wish I was as well traveled as my beads.
It looks like she's from, she went to
Canada.
Oop, I'm sorry, I moved the camera.
Okay, so we have time for maybe one more set.
Why don't you pick a set?
So let me pick a set. Oh, that's so hard. I love all of them. I think this one's really cool. I don't normally make chokers. I can actually put this one on, I think. This is a really cool choker where I created sort of like a pendant using the Softflex wire.
Yeah.
And so you can actually see the wire running through the center and through the bottom, and then it creates sort of its own tassel here at the bottom, which I really love. And then
I would say this design is one of those ones that really reminds me of bead weaving. Like you look at it and you think, wow, and that must have taken a while. But it's just 2 strands, I think, right? So it's just quick stringing. It's wild. And crimping. But it's really got a cool bead weaving effect to it.
Yeah, it does feel like bead weaving, but without the work and the time and the energy.
Yeah.
So we're so excited that we get to finally share our book with you. I've been talking about it for months, and you guys have all kind of been along the journey with us, even choosing colors that we use along the way, as well as our book cover. So we're so thankful for your assistance as we've moved through the process.
It made our book better, for sure, to have all of the feedback during the process.
For sure.
I'm super excited to be here and say, hey, I don't get to be in front of the camera as often.
Yeah, definitely.
Self-imposed a little bit too. So it's nice to be here and say hi to everyone.
All those beautiful emails that you guys see and all of the lovely graphics that you normally see on Facebook are typically Kristen. We do have another wonderful graphic designer, but he does a lot more of the print ads and print materials. And we have to give him a shout out too, actually, because he helped edit the book. We had 2, Thomas Souls and Damian Shea, both co-workers, and they took time on their own time also to look over the book for us to give us a final edit. So we've just been so fortunate to have so many people help us along the way.
We have 2 more to mention. We have Nilay Patel, of course.
Right.
He has been wonderful. He actually has a bonus project in the back of the book.
And he does the foreword for us.
And he does the foreword. And his bonus project is gorgeous.
Yeah, I got to show this to you guys.
I mean, it's really something special.
He sent it. When he sent us this project, we were like, Nilay, your project is like really so nice. It should be like the cover project. And it's not your book.
We did. Yeah.
But it's so beautiful. He does such beautiful work. So it's kind of a nice, more intricate design at the very tail end. So once you've done some of the simpler stringing designs up to that point, you can work your way up to Nilay's design, which is going to give you a little taste of something a little bit more complicated.
Totally.
But
and then we have Jennifer Lynn Schlutsky that we partnered with for all of our photographs. So Jen, you did an amazing job. Thank you. I think it just really, without photographs, I mean, the book just would not be as beautiful as it is. So thank you. We can always add in Jen's, and website and stuff, so you
Oh
can
yeah,
go
definitely.
check
We can
her
add
out,
some
Mile,
links.
and everybody in this video afterwards.
Yeah, and last but not least, a big thank you to Scott and Mike, the owners of Softflex,
Yes.
for you know, pushing us to do things like this, and encouraging us, you know, to work on projects on our own time, and then supporting us and getting it out to the world. We're so fortunate to have such great bosses, and that's why I've worked there for 18 years,
Yeah.
and Kristen's been there for 15 years.
They really are super awesome, and they're so encouraging, and just really, they just get behind us no matter what we want to do. They're just right there cheering us on. So it's really amazing.
So thank you for all the congratulations.
Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Sharon.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
So we're going to head off and get our glass of champagne.
And go celebrate.
Yeah, and celebrate a little bit, and enjoy our accomplishment here. And I hope that all of you who haven't picked up a copy will think about it. And you can find it at www.softflexcompany.com. Just click on the picture of it and it'll take you right to it. And if you do have a copy and you get a chance to write us a review on Amazon, I will be forever grateful, because that helps others that just shop on Amazon to find our book if it has a high review rating. Even if you didn't buy it there, you can go and review it there.
Yes.
So I think that's it from us.
Yeah.
So thanks to everybody, and we hope that you enjoy the book. So we'll talk to all of you later.
Yeah.
So adios
from the desert.
Phoenix, Arizona. See you guys.